Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 3rd May 2024. So here we are taking daily edition of Hindu paper and we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. So we are going to see only important articles. We are not going to see irrelevant articles at all because I don't want to waste your single minute of your time. So whatever the time you are spending in this Hindu analysis, this will be like very important, and actually 60 to 70% of your paper is based on current affairs from both prelims and mains. So you have to be very much focused regarding this current affairs for sure. And one more thing is, you should not make notes like write in each and every word which is given here. Okay. So it is not the correct way to prepare for current affairs for not only UPSC, for any other competitive examination. So first you have to understand the demand of exam. So what exam want to see in you? First you have to understand that. How you can understand that? You can go through the previous questions and you have to analyze how UPSC is asking questions, how UPSC is playing tricks. So according to that you can prepare your notes. Unless and until if you are not analyzing your previous question paper, then you will be in out of race. And even if you want to clear prelims, also previous questions plays a very important role. So one thing is, so earlier year questions, there we have options, right? So those options will become next year questions. And next one is, you can understand how UPSC is framing the sentence. Some will be with logic and some will be without any logic. You have to see the statements are general or specific. So based on that you can choose the correct answer or to eliminate the statements. So for that I want to say one thing. So by today evening we will be posting one video of IAS officer Lavanya ma'am. Yesterday she took class for our students. So I recorded that class. And I am going to post that class by today evening in YouTube. So you can watch that. And ma'am, she analyzed 2022 question paper and she took every question from 1 to 30 and she analyzed how we can go with a correct statement. So from static part and even from dynamic part, and even she explained like even if you are not knowing anything about that statements, how you can guess the correct answer. Okay. So that video is very helpful. So watch that video completely and I will be posting that by today evening itself. Clear? So I want to help you students to clear prelims at any cost. Okay. So now let's get started, and this is our front page of Hindu and we are going to see the first article. Title says, India protest Chinese road construction in POK Valley. So first, here the keyword is POK. So what is this POK? That is Pak Occupied Kashmir. And what is this POK valley name? Okay, there is one valley. So what is that valley? That is Shaksham Valley. Okay, Shaksham Valley. So why it is in news? Okay, so why India is protesting Chinese construction in this Shaksham Valley? So you have to know the background. So let us see the dimensions. Okay, so first keyword is POK. And next one is, it is talking about POK Valley. So let us see exactly the location of this POK. Okay, so this is northern part of our country and this area is called as POK. Yes. So actually why India gave this, or why we are calling this area as POK? Because it is under administration. It is under administration. It is under administration control of Pakistan. It is under administration control of Pakistan. So why Pakistan is controlling India, especially this part? Because you have to go to 1947. So what happened is, so before 1947 India was under control of British. Yes or no? India was British colony. So at that time, in 1947, they decided to give independence. Right? At that time, we have undivided India, and Muslim League, especially Jinnah, he asked for separate country. Okay, and then they came up with this Mountbatten plan. Yes or no? So finally, India had been divided into Pakistan and India, correct? So that time there were about more than 552 princely states. So these princely states, they were given an option either to join Pakistan or to join India. So this Jammu and Kashmir, erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir was under control of Hindu king. Name was Raja Hari Singh. His name was Raja Hari Singh. Okay, so Hari Singh, he signed instrument of accession with Indian government. Okay, and we integrated this Jammu and Kashmir princely states into Indian Union by this instrument of accession. But signing of this instrument of accession by this Hari Singh was late. By the time what happened, Pakistan sent some tribal people, Pashtuns, okay, to this area to occupy Jammu and Kashmir. So after signing of instrument of accession, our government of India sent Indian army and they stopped this people till this area. Okay, so because of this area we are calling as POK, Pak Occupied Kashmir, and it is now under administration of Pakistan. This is clear, right? And we are saying that this entire region is belonging to India, but here Pakistan is not accepting this instrument of accession, and Pakistan is claiming entire Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so this is some history, and because of this late signing, because of the delay which made by this person, now we are seeing issue of Jammu and Kashmir between India and Pakistan. Okay, so why this POK Valley? Okay, now China is going for construction here. So why China is interfere? So after listening to this story, you understand that this area which is like dispute between India and Pakistan, but now China entered here. So again, one more story you have to listen. Okay, I will tell that story even. So here in this area we have this valley, Sajgam Valley. So actually Pakistan which ceded this area to China, because China and Pakistan, they are all weather friends, they are best friends. So here this area which is given by Pakistan to China. And now what is the present context is, so China is going for laying of roads in this region. India says that this Pak occupied Kashmir which comes as an integral part of our country, but how the China can build or can come up with infrastructure projects in this Sajgam Valley. So this is a question raised by India, and even India is doing protest against this development project. Clear? So this is about the detailed structure of what happened and what is happening now. So now let us see this article in detail. So here, why it is in news? As I said, India has registered its protest with Beijing, that is China, against illegal attempts to alter facts on the ground in this Sajgam Valley of Pak occupied Kashmir, which faces Siachen Glacier, the Ministry of External Affairs said. So our Ministry of External Affairs, very talented person that I ever seen. Yes, he's very talented, and he registered protest against development project, that is road development in this Sajgam Valley in Pak occupied Kashmir. So now let us see some more details which are given in this article. Later on we are going to see the basics, and here you have to see map. Map is very important, especially you have to see where is this exactly Sajgam Valley is located and where is the Siachen Glacier is located. So this Siachen Glacier is very toughest area where our security forces are guarding. It is very tough area. Yes, now let us see the details. So this Sajgam Valley, it is a very important part in our territory of India. And we have never accepted so-called China-Pakistan boundary agreement of 1963. So in this China-Pakistan agreement, as I said, so this Sajgam Valley area is given to China by Pakistan. But India is not accepting this boundary agreement of China and Pakistan of 1963. So why we have to accept? No, right? So we can't accept because it comes under integral part or territory of our country. And next one is, here Pakistan unlawfully attempted to cede the area. Cede means giving an area to China and have consistently conveyed our rejection of the same. And now let us see some facts regarding the Sajgam Valley. So this Sajgam Valley, it is strategically very important region in this Pak occupied Kashmir. So in this Pak occupied Kashmir, so this is very important region. And apart from that, here you have to know 1963 Pakistan-China border agreement. So in 1963, Pakistan gave this Sajgam Valley to China as a part of boundary agreement between these two countries. So here from that time onwards, India is protesting against that. India is not accepting that at all. So here India claims sovereignty over the part of the land, but Pakistan is controlling it because it comes under actually the part of Pak occupied Kashmir. So this is in this red color. And India does not recognize the agreement as legal, and also it maintains Pakistan is illegally ceding this 5,180 square kilometers of Indian territory in this Sajgam Valley to China. So this is the allegation which we are making. So if you see the map, I want to show you map so that you can understand clearly where it is located. So this red color part, entirely this part is Pak occupied Kashmir, and this line between India and Pakistan is called as line of control, LOC. And this yellow color part is occupied by Kashmir from right side. So this line is called as LAC. And from 2020 April and May onwards, we are seeing standoff between India and China. And even though we went for number of rounds of talks between high level commanders, army level, but there is no status quo which is seen in this region, especially in some areas like Demchok Valley, Dipsang Plains, Patrolling Point 15, like that. Okay, clear? And here this brown color part, I will change the color of pen. Okay, so this part is Sajgam Valley which is given, and here below to that, this is our Siachen Glacier. Okay, so this is Siachen Glacier, and you have to know exactly the location of Siachen Glacier and as well as Sajgam Valley. Clear? And now let us move on to next topic. Title says Law and Order, a state subject, says SC on Bengal's suit. So actually here the keyword is state subject, and this one is, it's also talking about law and order. So let us see the background of this case and let us come on what is happening, and we are going to see some basic facts that may come directly in your prelims. Okay, clear? So please try to understand one thing. I am teaching from the basic level. I am thinking like you are the students who are beginners and not knowing anything. Okay. So from that level I am teaching. So try to understand the things and try to connect. So this is the way to read your current affairs. Okay. And if you are liking this analysis, so please do hit the like button and try to give your valuable rating and review to Rathods IAS on Google. I am giving that link in PDF. Okay, don't forget, because every day morning I am coming here, I am shooting the video and I am uploading, okay, without any fail. So if you want to show me gratitude, if you want to show gratitude towards me, so do that help. That's it. So just give the rating and your honest review in Google. That's it. Okay, now let us see the dimensions. So it is talking about one thing, that is state list. First one. And next it is talking about law and order. First I will be telling you the basics what you have to refer. So in our constitution we have Schedule 7. So here you have to see which is the article talking about this Schedule 7 or the state list, etc. So in this Schedule 7 we have 3 lists. So first one is union list, second one is state list, and third one is concurrent list. Okay, first one is union list, second one is state list, and third one is concurrent list. So actually I want to give you one homework. So how many subjects are there in union list, how many subjects are there in state list, and how many subjects are there in concurrent list, you have to know. And one more thing here is you have to see why there are more subjects in union list. Okay, so that will be like basic knowledge you have to know. And one more thing here is you have to know even schedules part. So how many schedules are there in Indian constitution, and you have to see which schedule talks about which, because from this schedules also many a times you got your prelims question in UPSC. So from that point of view that is important. And now why it is in news? Let us see the present context. So we have CBI. So what is the purpose of CBI? So it will be investigating cases. Okay, it is investigating cases. This work of the CBI is investigating cases, right? So whenever it is entering into state, so it have to take permission of the state. Okay, it have to take the permission of the state. But here the present case is saying that, so Supreme Court said that this law and order will comes under state subject. And earlier West Bengal complained that Central Bureau of Investigation claims unilateral right to investigate offences committed by central employees within the state jurisdiction. So here earlier the claim which is made by the West Bengal here is CBI is saying that we are having right to investigate offences committed by central employees within the state jurisdiction. It is our right. But this case which is went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that law and order will come under state list. CBI have no right. They have to take the permission from state. So this is a thing which mainly said by Supreme Court judgment. So here again you have to focus on CBI, some basic facts regarding the CBI. Okay, that is the thing. And now let us see this article in detail. And this article is important from only polity point of view. We can't interconnect with any other subject here. So this is solely regarding polity. And in your Lakshmikant book, so there is one chapter which is dedicatedly dealing with the CBI. So go through that once. Okay, it is very important. And there is also a high chance of getting question regarding that in your prelims. So let us see why it is in news. Why it is in news. So Supreme Court said that law and order is a state subject. Why? Because West Bengal complained that CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation, claims unilateral right to investigate offences committed by central employees within the state jurisdiction. So here the claim which is made by CBI is I have right. I can go to any state and I can do investigation regarding the offences done by central employees, central government employees. So West Bengal went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that no, you can't do that. You have to take permission, because law and order which comes under state subject under Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution. Yes, now let us see about what is the 7th schedule. So 7th schedule which is present in our Indian Constitution, and especially Article 246. Article 246 of our Constitution deals with the division of powers between union and states. So Article 246 talks about division of powers between center and as well as state. And actually this 7th schedule contains 3 lists. One is union list, second is state list, and third one is concurrent list. So here the union list details the subjects on like Parliament can make the laws. So in this union list, Parliament, that is central government having the power to make the laws on the subjects which are present in that list. And in the state list, state legislature or state government is having the power. And in this concurrent list, both we have Parliament and state legislature, both they can make the laws on the subjects which are present in this. But here, if there is any conflict, central will be prevailing over the state. Clear? So these are the some things that you have to see, and I want to show you the list, at least some important subjects. So this is union list. So we have subjects like defense, atomic energy, foreign affairs, war and peace, banking, railways, post and telegraphs, airways, ports, trade, currency, etc. So these are some important subjects. And in state list we have agriculture, police, prison, local government, public health, labor, liquor, land, trade and commerce, livestock, etc. And we have some concurrent list, subjects like education, transfer of property and trade unions, etc. They are some important subjects are present in this concurrent list, and you have to go through everything which is present there. And next you have to see even residuary powers. So these residuary powers, they are like includes other matters which are not mentioned in these three lists. For example, cyber laws, etc. Those comes into this residuary powers. And I want to give you one main question regarding this topic. So try to write an answer. Recently, there was increasing talk over reforms in 7th schedule of Indian Constitution. In this context, discuss the significance of 7th schedule in the Indian Constitution. Okay, recently there was increasing talk over reforms in 7th schedule. So, what is the significance of this 7th schedule? So, you have to know what is the importance. So, why we came up with this 7th schedule? So, why there is a division of powers? Everything that you have to know. So, whether this concept can be related to federalism? So, think and tell me, and try to write an answer for this question for sure. And now let us move on to next topic. So, these are the two articles from the front page, nothing more, nothing less. Yes, you can skip the city page, there is nothing important, but you have to see our today's states pages. There are articles very important from our examination point of view, they appeared. So, let us have a look. So, this is page number 4. Here you can see one article. It is talking about illegal mining in Aravalli range must stop, says Supreme Court. So this article is talking about illegal mining where in Aravalli range. So there are two keywords. First one is illegal mining. Next one is Aravalli range. So this Aravalli range is very important topic from your prelims. Many a times you got question from this Aravalli range, like which type of mountains they are, like folded mountains or block mountains, etc. Like that you got question, and you got question from rivers which originated from here, and also you got like comparison between Aravalli and Himalayas. Like that the question asked. Okay, so from this way you got question, and even states in which this Aravalli ranges are present, or highest range in this Aravalli, highest mountain in this Aravallis. So like that also some questions, and even some pilgrimage sites of this Aravalli ranges they are also have given in your prelims paper. So you have to prepare from all these dimensions. So this is entirely important from your geography. And next keyword is illegal mining. So illegal minings of stones will be happen here. So whenever we are going for illegal mining, so what you have to see? So first you have to see like Supreme Court judgment, what it said. So it said to ban. Yes or no? It said to ban this illegal mining. And you have to see like what is the meaning of illegal mining first of all. And not only that, you have to see like what is the impact. What is the negative impact on geography and environment, biodiversity, on what is the negative impact on humans, okay, etc. So you have to see like negative impacts, and even you have to see what are the measures can be taken. And already this question appeared as a case study in your GS paper 4 last year. The question was, illegal mining is going on in Aravalli range. If you are a district magistrate, what are the steps you can take? So they created a story there and they asked 3 questions below that. What are the options that are available? Evaluate the options and what is your action? So in this way, whenever there is any illegal thing which is appear in your newspaper, that will be appearing as case studies in your ethics, okay, that is GS4. So this newspaper is also important to cover case studies, okay, clear? Don't neglect this area of ethics from current affairs. Okay, now let us see this article in detail. And this topic is important from geography and as well as environment point of view. If you see the context why it is in news, Supreme Court said illegal mining in Aravalli range must stop. So we have to stop this illegal mining in this Aravalli ranges. So illegal mining in Aravalli has to stop. So what action have you taken against illegal mining and officials who are permitting this activity? So these are the questions asked by this special bench. And now let us see about Aravalli range. So Aravalli range is oldest fold mountains in India. So if you compare with Himalayas, so Himalayas are the young folded mountains. So they are like old fold mountains. This is very important. So they are oldest folded mountains of even world. So it runs approximately 670 kilometers in the southwest direction. So they are starting near Delhi and passes through southern Haryana and Rajasthan, and finally they will end in Gujarat. So in which areas they are present? Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan and as well as Gujarat. So this is very important. And highest peak is Guru Shikhar. So if you have watched the movie of Karthi, that is regarding dacoitry, Kaki movie, then in that movie they will be showing this Guru Shikhar and this Aravalli ranges. Okay, so entire the movie will be going on this Rajasthan only. So here you can see Guru Shikhar mountain there. Okay, it is 1722 meters. And here there is also another peak, that is Arbuda mountains of Rajasthan. Okay, Guru is a peak in Arbuda mountains of Rajasthan. It is also very important. And if you are talking about rivers, there are 3 major rivers and their tributaries, they flow from this Aravalli. First one is Banas, it is very important. Next one is Sahibi, and next one is like they are the tributaries of Yamuna, and one is local river, that is river Luni. Okay, so these are the 3 rivers. So 2 are tributaries of river Yamuna. And if you are talking about the formation of this Aravalli, so they are part of Aravalli Delhi organic orogenic belt. Okay, so they are part of Aravalli Delhi orogenic belt. So they are very large and complex geological structures, and they formed because of this plates, tectonic plates movement, that too collision. Collision means they are moving towards each other. That is example of which movements? Convergent plate movement. So 2 plates, they are moving towards each other. And next one here is, in ancient times Aravallis, they were extremely high, but since because of worn down, because of degradation or denudation or erosion, we are seeing like weathering process, so the height is decreasing. And this range is very rich in mineral resources. So we can get some minerals like copper, zinc, lead and marble. And we have 2 sections. So first one is Sambar Sirohi range, which is taller, which is having even Guru Shikhar. and next one is Sambar K3 ranges. Okay, so this is about the division. And now let us move on to next topic. So that is also in the states page itself. Yes, here you can see this topic, that is removing exotic plants will ensure food for wild animals finds study. So this article we are going to see extensively today. Okay, so this article is important from your environment and ecology. So first let me give you dimension. Exotic species. So why this exotic species in use? Because of human-animal conflict. Why? Because of human-animal conflict. Why this human-animal conflict? So because of increasing of number of cases of human-animal conflict. So recently Supreme Court said that states they need to take effective measures to decrease this human-animal conflict. Yes or no? Will you remember? Can you recall those? Yes, right? You are recalling, right? You are very good students. I know you will be recalling. So here, because of this, now forest departments of states, they started doing work or to find the solution to decrease this human-animal conflict. So especially Kerala Forest Department came up with one solution, like we have to decrease this exotic species, and in place of exotic species we have to increase natural species or native species in that region. Native species. So whenever we are increasing native species or naturally available plants in that region, that will increase food availability. So whenever there is increasing of food availability, so animals will not come out of their habitats. So we can decrease human-animal conflict. So this is one solution which came up by this Forest Department of Kerala. Understood or not? So one reason they said there is increasing of human-animal conflict because of lack of food availability in their habitats, because of increasing of exotic species or invasive species. So what are the dimensions you have to see? So first one is you have to see invasive species. What are they? And we are talking about especially plants here, right? So you have to see examples of invasive plant species or exotic plant species. And next you have to see what are the features. What are features of that invasive species? And next you have to see like what are the measures taken. So in these measures you can see like internationally and from national level, from India side, what are the measures we are going to take, and even what is the way forward. So all these things are you have to taken care of, and even you have to see what is the impact of this invasive species. And this topic is important from both your prelims and as well as your mains. So from mains and prelims it is very important. Okay, so now let us see this topic. So why it is in news? So when we are going for removing of exotic plants from forest areas, that will help to ensure food for wild elephants at Chinnakunnal in Munnar, says a study. So actually here one decision which is taken by this Kerala Forest Department to decrease this human-animal conflict is to increase food availability. So this food availability can be increased by removing exotic plants. And now let us see the details. A group of ground forest team including deputy rangers and watchers and protection watchers team, they visited this so and so area, and even they interacted with local people and panchayat officials regarding what can be the steps taken to mitigate human-animal conflict. Okay, and finally they understood like we have to remove some exotic species here present. So which are those exotic species? Acacia miransi, that is also called as black wattle, and eucalyptus from this forest, so that we can address this problem. Why? Because whenever any region which is having these exotic trees, no other plants are growing here. So wild animals including elephants, they are unable to move through these areas. If these areas change to natural gas lands, so there will be no ensuring of food availability and water to these wild elephants. So if there is no food and water availability, then these animals, they will be coming outside of their habitats. Clear? Okay. Now let us see some examples of these exotic plants. First one is lantana. So you know lantana, like they will be like grass species, they will be having white flowers, and especially girls, they used to keep those flowers as what we say, like nose ring, like that. Okay, lantana is a flowering shrub. It was brought to India from South America, and actually we brought that as an ornamental plant to 2 centuries ago itself. And next one is Acornia. Acornia, it is an exotic species that has been introduced into India. And next one is Parthenium. Okay, sorry, this Parthenium is exotic species, it is not lantana. So Parthenium species, which is having like white small flowers, you can see here and there. Okay, and smell is very bad. And this one is Acacia. Acacia, it is also exotic species in India, and Eucalyptus also exotic species in India. Okay. And do you know this fact, wherever we are seeing eucalyptus trees, the ground water table is reducing because they consume more amount of water. And now let us try to understand what is this invasive species. So invasive species is nothing but non-native. They are not naturally available in that area. So we are bringing from another area and we are planting here. That is called as invasive species. So because of introducing this invasive species, that will be having lots and lots of harm. Like harm to our ecosystem, harm to economy, or even harm to our human health. And these species, they often outcompete, or they will be negatively interacting with ecosystem and biodiversity here. So because of this, that will lead to significant ecological imbalance. And what are the characteristics they are having? They are non-native. So because of this, they are not indigenous, or they are not native to a particular place. So they are like, instead of human activities, introduce these invasive species in an area. So it may be like intentionally or unintentionally they will go for this introducing of this invasive species. So because of this, what happened, that will be having impact. And next one is there is rapid reproduction and rapid transportation. And these invasive species, they often have very high reproductive rates. And that will be spreading very fastly in the new environment because there will be no competitors, there will be no predators. And they flourish due to reduced competition, and even the animals which are present there, so they will be not consuming them. And this one is ecological tolerance. A wide range of environmental adaptability allows them to thrive in diverse conditions, such as tolerance to extreme temperature, and even there will be very high pH levels, and even disturbances will be there like fire or floods. So because of this, it enhances their survivability rate, and that will be also altering the ecosystem dynamics, because invasive species, they can alter ecosystem processes like nutrient cycling, fire regimes, and even that will be leading to changes in habitat structure and biodiversity. So I want to let you know like which are the factors that are promoting the spread of invasive alien species. So first one is globalization. So globalization and increased trade, which has to surge in the movement of goods and people around them in the world. Okay, so because of this globalization, there is transport of goods from one place to another place is happening. So accidentally or sometimes intentionally or unintentionally, so they will be moving from one country to another country, especially seeds, especially ships with water. They can carry aquatic organisms across oceans, and even planes and cars, they can transport insects, seeds and other plant material unknowingly sometimes. And next one is even because of climate change also there is introduction of this invasive species or seen. So rising temperatures and shifting weather patterns, they create new habitats which are suitable for invasive species. For example, warmer winters allow insects like Asian long-haired beetle to survive in colder regions. They are posing a threat to hardwood forest. So even migration of birds is happening. Why? Because of climate. Okay, so in winter season, so they will be migrating to some other regions where temperature is high, and in summer season they will be going to the places where there is cold. Like that, migration is also an example. And next one is habitat degradation. So because of construction projects and deforestation, unsustainable land use changes, that will lead to expansion of human settlements and urban areas. So because of all these things, it disrupts and degrades native ecosystems and even allows invasive species to establish themselves in disturbed habitats easily. And next one is introductions of economic purposes. Some invasive species, they were intentionally introduced for economic reasons. For example, for agriculture purpose or for aquaculture or for ornamental plants. And that will lead to unintended ecological consequences because there will be no competition and they are becoming competition to native organisms, native plants there. And next one is there is also inadequate biosecurity measures. Okay, because of this weak biosecurity measures, there is no proper inspection protocols or inspection of imported goods and ineffective quarantine practices. So because of this, what happened? Invasive species, they are helped for their spread. And next one is there is also lack of awareness. So people are also ignorant because there is inadequate management strategies and insufficient funding and resource for research and monitoring and eradication programs, etc. that led to rapid spread of this invasive species. And now let us see one important thing, what are the measures are taken at international level. Yes, we have lots and lots of conventions. First one is United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, that is CBD Convention of 1992. And this convention which is preventing the introduction of, control of and to eradicate invasive alien species because they are having negative impacts or threatening our ecosystem, habitats and even other species. And next one is we have Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, and this framework which has been agreed under UNCBD, and also they are aiming to reduce the rate of introduction and establishment of invasive alien species by at least 50% by 2030. And this one is we are also having this Global Invasive Species Program, and this program which supports research, capacity building and management strategies. So in that way that will addresses invasive species issues worldwide. And this one is we have Invasive Species Specialist Group, and this group which is a global network, and in this group they will be going for scientific and policy experts we are having on this invasive species or exotic species, etc. And next one is International Plant Protection Convention. So this is intergovernmental treaty, and this treaty which is focusing on protecting world's plants, agricultural products and natural resources from plant pests, and important objective it is to mitigate the introduction and spread of invasive species. Okay, so these are the some important things regarding this. And next topic it is from our editorial page. So this article which is talking about patents, and this patents, mark my words, this is very important for 2024 prelims because lots and lots of articles regarding patents, IPR seen in news. So you can get a question regarding this patent for sure. So we are going to see only patent, everything regarding patent now. So if you want, you can make a notes. Okay. So what is a patent? Patent is an example of IPR, that is intellectual property rights. So it is a form of intellectual property and has been granted by government to inventors, and even it provides the owner with the legal right and to prevent others from making, using or selling an invention for a specific period of time So here we also have Patents Act of 1970 in India, and this act which is regulating patents. Okay, so under this act, if you want to get patent, you have to fulfill certain criteria. So from this criteria also you can get a prelims based question. So first one is it should be novel, okay, new thing. And next one is it have intensive steps, or it must be non-obvious, and it should be capable of industrial application, and should not attract provisions of section 3, okay, and section 4 of Patents Act of 1970. And this section 3 is saying that what cannot be qualified as patent, and section 4 is like which is related to atomic energy. And apart from that, here there are many conventions which are regulating patents across the globe. So first one is we have Berne Convention, that is regarding patents for copyright, and Budapest Treaty, it is regarding patents in microorganisms, and Paris Convention, it is talking about protection of industrial property. And next one is Patent Cooperation Treaty, it is international filing of patents, and it grants simultaneous protection of patents across countries. And we have one more important one, that is Doha Declaration, which talks about compulsory licensing provisions in public health crisis. So you can get pairs, and they will ask to identify the correct pairs, and in options only one pair is correct, two pairs is correct, three pairs is correct, all are correct, like that. You can get question from this area, so please take a screenshot. Okay, so you can take the screenshot now. Yeah, now let us see advantages of these patents. So first one is because of these patents, so they can promote a culture of research and grassroots innovation, and a robust patent regime, it is a basic requirement for creating a culture of research and designing innovative products which are suited to the local needs and demands. And for example, if you are talking about this low cost ministerial pad manufacturing machine in India, we got with this only. And next one is greater foreign investment. So if you are having the more number of patents, you can easily attract this foreign direct investment. Example, MNCs, especially China is doing this. And next one is we can also promote exports. Okay, when we are having like a strong patent regime, which will be helpful for development of niche technologies, which can be used to increase exports from India. For example, Covishield, Covaxin we developed. And next one is it is also helpful for society at large. So patents, they play a very important role in solving contemporary social issues of climate change, poverty, hunger, etc. Okay, so we can use them as well. And next one is to fulfill India's obligations. So a strong, robust IPR regime which will be helpful for implementing international conventions, like we are already signatory to this TRIPS, Berne Convention, Budapest Treaty. So because of this, it will enhance India's global image also. So in all these ways, this patent is very helpful. I hope it is clear, right? Okay, so let us go back to our Hindu page. So these pages are not at all important, don't go through them. And its editorial page, I discussed about this patents, and this topic is about GST I discussed. So this topic, it is about women rights. So if you have time, you can go through this. Actually, some are important bills which are given. Okay, like we have Women's Sexual, Reproductive and Menstrual Rights Bill, and yeah, that is a bill which is given. And next one is Women to Menstrual Leave and Free Access to Menstrual Health Products Bill of 2022. So these are two important things which are given. So go through this article once. And actually this is regarding political manifesto or political party manifesto. And next topic is about PMJAY. That is very important topic. So here you have to see some facts regarding this PMJAY. So first you have to understand what is the full form. So from full forms also, UPSC will not be asking questions, but other state public service examination, they will be asking questions. That is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So let me give you dimensions so that you can do some work on that. PMJAY. So you have to see what is this PMJAY. and what are the important features, and you have to see under which ministry it is coming under. So which type of scheme, whether it is central sector or centrally sponsored, and you have to see outcomes. You have to see outcomes of this scheme. What is the significance? So what are the challenges? And you have to see like whether there is a need of changes to overcome these challenges or not. So these are some important things that you have to think from this article. And now let us move on. And this text and context, there is one article, it is very important. It is talking about spices. Do you know the speciality of India? Especially this colonial powers, they came to India in search of the spices only. So they did trade with the spices in India. Because actually countries which are present in temperate region, so they will not go for growing of much crops. So the climate will be not much favorable. So because of this, they will be depending on the animal food. So if they want to store animal food for long days, they have to use the spices. So for that spices, they had good trade with India. Okay, so this is the one important thing that you have to know. So here unfortunately what happens in countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, US, they banned Indian spices. They said that there is high level of one product, that is ethylene oxide, which is a toxic chemical which is used as a food stabilizer. So this is in high amount. Especially I think you know about this sambar masala, MTR, like that, right? So there are some brands, they had been banned. So we have to see this topic in detail, and there may be a question from your spices in your prelims. So here at least 5 countries including Singapore, Hong Kong and US, they have announced an investigation into possible contamination of spice mixes. So these are sold by certain brands, that is MDH brand, Everest brand, and the complaints decide that there is a presence of ethylene oxide. It is a toxic chemical. Now you are using it as food stabilizer beyond permissible amounts or limits. So within the limits we are not using, we are using some excessive units. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said. On April 5th, Hong Kong Center for Food Safety suspended sale of 3 MDH spice blends, that is like Madras curry powder, sambar masala and curry powder masala, Everest fish curry masala, etc. So these spice mixes, they are allegedly containing like high amounts of ethylene oxide, which is a prohibited pesticide. So ETO, it is colorless, flammable gas. It was originally intended for sterilizing medical devices, but you can see the tragedy here. So we are using that pesticide or chemical which is used to sterilize medical devices in our food items also. Okay, so you have to see that. So what will be the impacts if there is a ban means, so our exports will got affected, yes or no? So about 51% of countries global spice exports are dependent on that. That will be, we are going to lose the markets in other countries. So this is the thing which mainly said, and you have to think what will be the way forward. And let us move on to newspaper. So in this page there is nothing much important. Leave the selections 2024 page. It is not at all useful. Yes, let us move on to business page. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, here you can see April palm oil imports fell to 3 months high. So in 2020 if I am not wrong, there was a question regarding palm oil in your prelims. So you have to know some basic facts regarding this palm oil. So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I am concluding. So before that I want to give an update. So we are going to launch offline batch for your GS Prelims cum Mains Foundation. So in this offline, we are going to provide features like 100% syllabus coverage, daily prelims and mains practice, and regular prelims cum mains test, and also like study material for your prelims and mains comprehensively, and CSAT will be taken by IIT faculty so that you will be not having any fear of CSAT more, and entire faculty is from Delhi and Bangalore, and even content that you are getting, okay, like test, everything that is from Delhi itself. And one more thing is we are going to focus on even current affairs, so you will be getting weekly and monthly booklets of current affairs, and exclusively every day I will be taking current affairs special class for the students on offline. And one more thing is you will be having one-to-one mentorship with toppers who are getting like IAS, IRS and IFS, and we are going to release one video of IFS officer today by evening, and you will be having one-to-one mentorship. And if you want to take online course of foundation, so we want to come up with a live online course. So for this live online course, we are making our website and app ready. So within 1 week of time, this website and app will be ready so that you can directly access the live. What is going on here, you will be getting live in your student portal. So for live student, there will be daily prelims and the mains test will be on your student portal. So there you can write your answer and you can upload there so that the correction will be done on online. And one-to-one mentorship with toppers and the faculty will be done in the app itself. Everything will be through app only. So for that we are charging around 60 to 70,000 rupees. Okay, so you can take that also if you are from other states. And if you are from this Telangana and AP or Karnataka, you can come to Hyderabad and you can stay here, because nearby there are many hostels for girls and as well as boys separately. So you can stay, and they are within walkable distance, not more than like 100 meters also. Okay, you can stay here and you can study here. So this is about our course, and if you have any queries regarding the course, call me on this number 8074765513. So this is WhatsApp number also, you can message me on WhatsApp. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. And one more thing is, you can get the notes of this class in this Telegram channel, Rathods IAS classes. Do join this channel so that you will be getting notes in form of PDF. And this PDF itself, we are providing the link of Google rating and review. So please click that and give your valuable rating and review. It is very helpful for us. And this is our YouTube channel. Do subscribe to our channel, don't forget. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you really like this class, hit the like button, and please do share this class to your friends in any other groups, okay, if possible. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And thank you so much for watching.